Well, hello, everyone, and congratulations on arriving here at your very last course in our MBA program here at the University of Mount Olive. Welcome to our capstone course, Business 670 of Strategic Management. I am Dr. Doug Ward, and I'll be working with you over these next 7 weeks as we think and consider some of the principles and methods that we're going to be discussing and utilizing when it comes to strategic planning and management. And you should be able, at the end of this course, to use these concepts throughout your management career as you move forward with that career. This capstone course kind of pulls everything together of all the principles and the skills, especially those critical thinking and analysis skills that you have learned throughout your MBA program. So as this is your last class, if by chance you happen to be in this class and this is not your last class, then please let me know. But this should be the absolute last class for you in the program because it is our capstone course. Now, we're going to be integrating some of Dr. Kirk Roney's videos into our course. He is our resident expert when it comes to strategic management. So we're going to be using some of his lecture videos to help present this material. And in his videos, you may hear him mention and refer to many cases. Well, please disregard those comments because some of those many cases, we're just not going to be doing those in this course. Those many cases were more reserved when we split the program or this course out into 2 separate courses instead of having this one compressed course. So whenever you hear him talk about many cases in these videos, please disregard that. We simply are not going to be doing many cases in our course. And if you see anything about the many cases in the course documents, please disregard that and let me know because I've gone through and tried to clean them up, but in the event I overlook something, I don't want that to cause any confusion. So if you see it or hear it and it sounds confusing, just let me know and I'll get that clarified for you. Excuse me. And as you start our course, as we get to the Moodle shell, and we'll get to that momentarily, pay very close attention to the reading assignment pages. It's a Word document that's posted into our Moodle shell. And in that Word document, this material is going to provide some insightful information as you study and prepare yourself for that week's assignment, including embedded into that document will be some additional video links. So it works hand in hand with our Moodle shell as well as our syllabus. So please make sure you read and follow those reading assignment pages that's embedded into a Word document. Now let me talk about, this is a 7-week course. And as I already indicated, Dr. Roney's videos is going to indicate many cases, and he may even indicate in several of these videos of a 15-week format. We're not into a 15-week format. So time management will be critical for you. This is a lot of information that we're going to cover, not only the theory, but the practical application behind it as we actually do a corporation strategic assessment. So this is one course that you do not want to wait until the weekend to start your coursework. You should be doing coursework throughout the entire week. Look at your due dates. Follow those due dates very carefully. I know a lot of my courses, folks like to wait until Sunday to have everything due. Well, in this compressed course, there's just so much material that I've kind of levelized that workload where you may see due dates throughout the week in this particular course. And that's to keep you, hopefully, from having to do everything over the weekend. Because it's been my experience, when you wait until the weekend, that gets very, very aggressive and anything may happen. So in this particular course, where we're going to be using team projects and some of your material that you're going to be developing, your teammates are going to be needing that information as well. So managing your time, getting your work done per the due dates, do not get yourself behind, is going to be paramount to a successful outcome in this particular course. So we talked about the team assignment a little bit. So let's go into a little bit further detail with that. You're going to do a team project. In the 7th week of our course, you and your teammates are going to present your strategic assessment of a corporation that you're going to be choosing. Now, I know that sometimes teamwork in an online environment gets very difficult based on the team dynamics, but this is going to be a course where you're going to have to work together. You're going to have to pull your fair share. And what I expect your teams to do is that you will get your issues resolved. You will keep me informed when you're having issues, and if I need to step in to get those issues resolved, I will certainly provide you that level of assistance. But it's teamwork in this course will absolutely be paramount to the overall successful outcome. And in those teams, because we have 19 students in this particular course, we're going to do 4 teams of 4 and 1 team of 3. Again, that's going to be 4 teams of 4 and 1 team of 3. Now, you have the option, as I know some of you have been doing your entire program together, you have the option to choose your teammates yourself. And let me encourage you to do that. I would do that much, much sooner rather than later. But if you say, I don't really want to do that, Dr. Ward, I'd rather you do that on our behalf, just let me know and I'll be glad to do that. And what you're going to find in our Moodle shell, you're going to, after you have formed your team, you're going to find a Word document, and that Word document is going to be called Alternate Corporation for Team Projects. And in that document, you're going to find 11 different corporations to which you can choose from to go out and do your corporation strategic assessment. What I'm requesting you to do, as soon as you form your teams, I would also recommend that you have a team representative who's going to be communicating and kind of driving the team and making sure that the deliverables that you have set internally to ensure the strategic assessment is completed, that representative with you look at this document and choose your top 5 choices of the corporation that you wish to do your strategic assessment on. Now, what I will do is once I receive that email with the team members, as well as your 5 in numerical order 1 through 5, but number 1 being your first choice. First come, first serve. So if you're the first one who gives me the email, you will get your first choice of the corporation that you wish to go out and do your analysis on. The second team who sends me an email, if your first choice is different than the first team who sent me theirs, then you will get your first choice. But let's say that team number 2 first choice is the same as team number 1's, and team number 1 got me their information too, then team 2, your corporation will be your second choice, and so forth until we get all the corporations assigned. So first come, first serve. The quicker you get that to me, the quicker you can get started, and we can be able to provide some assistance as we go out through these next 7 weeks. So as soon as you get your team formed, I want you also to contact me, and let's set up a video conference so that we can ensure that you understand what's going to be required for this project as well. Also, in week 1, what you're going to find is you're going to see another Word document called a topical outline. And that's going to list all the attributes that you must follow as you do your strategic assessment. Now, this particular document is the same document that is used by strategic analyst in industries today. So once you learn the concepts and how to use this outline, this will be an outline that you could be able to put in your management toolbox and to be able to use throughout your work career. So as you go through that topical outline, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing that strategic assessment. And in week number 7, each team is going to be making their presentation via our Zoom video conferencing platform. Everyone is going to have a part into that team project, into that team presentation. We will establish the schedule for when you're going to make that presentation, and you, the other team members, the other teams, you should make plans to attend those team presentations to aid you when it's your turn to make your presentation. So as we get closer to week 7, we will have all those schedules figured out to make sure everyone knows exactly when, what day, and what time that's going to occur. Now, because you're doing a team presentation, it's going to be in a PowerPoint document. And again, we'll talk about that as we get closer to week 7. We're not going to do a team report that you typically see where you'll do a case analysis. We're not doing that. What we're doing that in lieu of will be that strategic assessment following that outline, and it's going to be presented in a PowerPoint presentation. So this is going to be a little bit different maybe than what you have been accustomed to in some of your other courses. But again, through our team meetings, through our communications over the next 7 weeks, I think it will become very, very clear as we move forward throughout this course. So as you start forming your teams, one of the first things you want to do is send me email, let me know what your choices are going to be, who's the team member, who's going to be your representative, and to set a initial team meeting with me so that we can make sure that you're getting off on the right track. And in fact, as you start gathering this information, you want to start as soon as your team is formed. You don't want to let this thing drag out because there's a lot of information that you're going to be assembling and analyzing as you make this strategic assessment. Also, in some of the additional videos that Dr. Roney is going to be providing to you that we're going to be utilizing in this course, you're going to see some additional concepts and techniques that he is showing you how to work your way through as you gather and analyze this additional information. Along with his videos, I'm going to be available to you to help fill in those gaps. And it's really about understanding the concepts and the techniques that he's going to be sharing with you in lieu of looking at just the data, because the data that he's going to be using, those concepts will be the same and what you want to adhere to, but that data may be a little bit different. There may be a difference in the years. There may be a difference in the corporation that he's looking at. So I think one of the corporations he looks at was Boeing, the airline industry. So it may be a little bit different data. The key is not so much the data as it is understanding the concepts of what we're trying to accomplish here. So just keep that thought in mind. And as you start your work, as you choose your corporation, I have some information that I can share with you about each one of these corporations that may help you save some time and get you pointed into the right direction. Again, this is 7 weeks worth of work, and it's compressed into almost 14 to 15 weeks of data into 7 weeks. So it's going to be pretty aggressive. And as you know, as we have changed our course program based on feedback from students as well as professors, we've now taken this last capstone course that you're in, and that we are splitting that out into 2 separate courses moving forward. So I congratulate you for wanting to get through with this, your last course here in this compressed 7 weeks. With that in mind, I am here to help you. You need to consider me as a team member on your team. You need to utilize me and to use me to help you as you do this assessment. And I enjoy doing this type of stuff because I learn a lot as well, and I am convinced that you will teach me things that I hadn't even thought of as well. I love to learn. I love to learn about these corporations, and I look forward to working with each one of your teams. Now, I have a Zoom meeting link that I have embedded into Moodle, and I'm going to show that to you momentarily because there's a few things in our Moodle shell that I want to go over. And we can use that in order to meet as a team. I will adjust my schedule to meet your schedule. I'm very flexible. I can meet via Zoom. I can meet via phone. I can meet via email. I can meet you in Wilmington at the Wilmington campus if that's what we need to do if you're local. But my point is that I can meet you at any time. I'm very flexible with my schedule, and I will adjust my schedule to meet yours. So let me share with you my screen so that I can get to our Moodle shell so that a few things there that I want to share with you. You're going to find that our Moodle shell is very standard to all the Moodle shells that you have been accustomed to up to this point in our program. Obviously, take time for week one attendance. Make sure you read and ask me the questions so that's in week one. That's required for all students. We have our syllabus outline available for you as well. Here is that Zoom platform meeting for team members as well as myself when we get ready to meet. It's already embedded here. I'll just need to know, and we'll set up a schedule so that everyone knows, and we'll post it here so everyone can see when our Zoom platform is not going to be available for team meetings. But I encourage you to use this as well. Again, get me involved. Help me help you be successful in this course. Now, this next assignment here is just some information from me as I try to get to understand each one of you and what are some of your career aspirations. This is a non-graded assignment. It's a Word document, not meant to be a summary paper as much as just copy and paste these two questions and give me a short, concise answer to those questions and upload it back here. So again, the rest of the Moodle shell is pretty fundamental of what you have been accustomed to up to this point. So in the week number one, there's some of Dr. Roney's lectures as we begin. This is the reading assignments that Word document here that you want to make sure that you download and read. Here's an example of that very first one, as it contains some information about this particular week's topic. What are the learning objectives? How it's going to be presented, what's the description of it, and then you see the actual video link here. So this video link's a little bit different than that previous video that you see embedded. But make sure that you read each one of these documents because it really adds to the overall week of what you're trying to accomplish. I recommend that as you look at the videos, print out the PowerPoints and take yourself notes on those PowerPoints because in these lectures you're going to be taking a quiz. So making sure that you have the PowerPoints in front of you so that you can take your notes is going to be paramount. As you have been accustomed to, the quizzes are the very same. They're opened up over a period of time and they're timed as well. You get one attempt with those. But these lectures are set up in such a way where you need to study the material. They're not set up in such a way, neither are the chapter quizzes, where you have time to be flipping pages. It's really, you really need to study and understand the concepts and the material. That's why I recommend print them out, listen to the lecture, make your notes, and you'll see that we're covering various chapters and quizzes from week to week. As you move forward, if anything is unclear about what is posted here in Moodle, please get in contact with me so that I can provide some assistance to clarify that information for you. Now, we talked about the document, and this is, I'm sorry, let me get back here. This is this document here, the Alternate Corporations for Team Projects. This is what this document is, and it's going to list out those 11 corporations, and we're looking for publicly traded companies for you to go out and review. There's going to be some additional information that I will provide for you once I understand which corporation you're going to be studying. One of the first places I recommend you go start gathering your information is go to their corporate website, go to their investors relation section, download a copy of their corporate report, their annual report. Wealth of information contained there. It's a great document to get started with. But also we talk about first come, first serve. Again, send me an email of your top 5 selections in the first, second, and third. As we go through these 5 teams, whoever gets to me first will be your first choice. Your second team will be your first choice. Is different than the first choice of the first team, and all the way through till we get all 5 teams selected. But you have these 11 corporations that we're going to want to be discussing. Now, finally, when we talk about the outline for the case analysis, this is what you're going to be following. This is the industry model that a lot of industries are using today that you can put in your management toolbox that will help you through your entire career when you think about doing a corporation or a strategic assessment. So you're going to follow this outline in your presentation. And again, as we drive through the course, we will come back to this document and we're going to make sure that you're hitting all the attributes to have a successful presentation. But I would read this document, make sure you understand the attributes that's in these documents, as we're going to be looking for each one of these attributes to be fulfilled into that strategic assessment. I have a lot of information here that will help you, some of the models that we'll be using to help you as we move forward. Now, some of these based on the corporation may not apply, but this is where you want to get me involved as a team member to aid you in this assessment. And with that, I look forward to working with you in this particular course, this again being your last course, and equally important when you get through after these 7 weeks as we move forward toward graduation. So again, please contact me if you have any questions whatsoever. Get me involved and give me the opportunity to provide you some assistance. And I look forward to hearing from you and working with you in this, your final course. Have a good day.